Wow, so you really think those are the best modern games?
Yeah, I know they're mostly recent games, but I just can't stop playing them. What about you? What do you think the best modern games are? If I had to say, I'd put Mario Odyssey, Smash Ultimate, Tekken 8, Spider-Man 2, and I know this one kinda came out a while ago, but I'd say Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Wait, but that's a PS2 game, and that's not modern, that's retro.
Wait, what?
Yeah, nowadays that's typically claimed to be retro, you know?
But I remember it being modern.
Well, live in the present, old man.
Old? But I'm 21.
What's next? You gonna claim the DS is modern too?
Is it not?
You really have become old.
No, I'm not old. I'm not old. No. I'm not old.
Yo, Eeb? He tweaked so hard he passed out. Great, now I'm gonna have to make a video talking about retro games all by myself. Oh, I know, I can make it like a classic video. Retro games. As time moves on, past consoles become what is called retro. The borderline is starting to get a little blurry to what we can call retro. But there's one thing that all those games have in common. They are old. So why don't we look at the past for a bit to see if retro games are more than just a title? I can't really do a history segment to a topic that is pretty vague and still updating. So instead, I want to get us all on the same page for what a retro game is. In terms of what Wikipedia says, retro games are typically games from consoles that are discontinued. So technically speaking, the PS3 era can now count as a retro time, but I don't think people would go that far for a console. I guess where I would put the border for a retro game is the PS2 DS era of gaming. They typically have a huge nostalgic factor for them and somewhat look outdated, but that's pretty much all you need to know. If you think otherwise, go ahead and comment down below what you think a retro game is. In terms of the good they bring to gaming, well, there are quite a few. Fundamentally speaking, retro games are pretty much just foundations to gaming as a whole. Without the original Super Mario Bros, we would not have Super Mario Wonder today. Without Street Fighter, many fighting games wouldn't exist, and so on and so forth. They were the building blocks to the video game industry, which opened the door to pretty much all possibilities that exist today. You do realize old RPGs used to be text-based and not really visual. And then you have Dragon Quest, which revolutionized the RPG game. To this day, you can see elements from that game be implemented to games like Persona. When Persona 5's prologue was 90 pages long, I sure felt that retro RPG element to that game. In all seriousness, these retro games are why we have the games of today. There is something you can most certainly say about retro games, and it's that they are much simpler to play compared to games now. However, that goes back to what I said about retro games being the building blocks. Because it was just the start, the games back then would be a lot more basic in content. But that pretty much makes it easy for many to play. I know I'm going quite far back here, but you can give an old person a controller to play Super Mario Bros. And they would more or less understand how to play. They wouldn't necessarily be good at it, but that doesn't mean they don't understand it. With every new 2D Mario platformer, there was more added. Super Mario World got the spin jump and the throwable objects, new Super Mario Bros. Wii added the crazy power-ups, and Mario Wonder made the Wonder Flowers. So in a way, if you want to bring someone into gaming, retro games may typically be a better choice to give them since it gives you all you really need in a game. With the good comes the bad, and retro games sure do have some. For one, they are the past. How many videos will be uploaded to this channel just talking about games of the past? Past games aren't known to be the prettiest. They aren't known to have the best controls, and they most certainly aren't known for its accessibility. And if you are someone who has been playing modern games, you most certainly can tell that they can be pretty frustrating. That's not even talking from a difficulty standpoint, that's just talking from a quality of life perspective. We've been too spoiled when it comes to games now. People do reminisce about games of the past, but that doesn't mean they're as good as we remember it. There are some things that should stay in the past. past. And although a second ago I did say the basic factor of them is good, that doesn't mean we need it now, so they can just stay in the past. Retro games will forever live on in many people's hearts. Not only do they help shape the image of what video games are, they can help a company's reputation too. Without Mario or Donkey Kong, do you think Nintendo would be as well known? Sure, they have other big names like Zelda, Metroid, and so on, but you realize that Donkey Kong and Mario is what made them so big. Companies obviously are aware of their past games, and they don't want their legacy to die. Whether it's by remastering a game or reselling it via an emulated method, they want new people to experience the relics of the past. So not only do they live on in people's hearts, they're also literally kept alive by companies making sure they aren't forgotten. Retro games make such a big mark in gaming. As long as gaming exists, retro games will also exist too. I mean, with every new console, an old one is discontinued, so... Regardless, I don't think we should highly praise the retro era to be the peakest era, but rather celebrate the fact that they exist. What do you guys think of retro games? Leave a comment down below. Anyways, Eeb, are you okay? Oh, he's having a good dream of something.
Ham, let's play together.
Ham? Is that supposed to be someone? Oh well.